Hey guys, welcome to the latest full transcription Psychobilly guitar lesson. You can get the transcription from my Patreon, okay? From just $2 a month, we'll give you access to that. And of course, if you want to use the other tiers for different benefits or just to support more, you're welcome to. But I won't go on any further about that other than thanking a couple of Patrons that are really important right now. Firstly, the new guys, Ron, Martin, Olivia, you guys, thanks for joining, and all the guys that joined last month, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned you all, and of course my top tier members who are fantastic contributors, and actually Kyle Andrew, he's one of them, Christian Gunsa, Rocky Henderson, Derek Lee Goodread, those guys, yeah, really helping out. I mean, everyone is, but Kyle Andrew contributed this song. He wanted to have this one transcribed, so I'm happy to do that for the top tier members. And of course, there's giveaways each month. So last month, I've just announced the winners of that, and that was really good fun. And yeah, there'll be something new this month. So guys, enjoy the tutorial. This is K is for Chaos by the Meteors. So I'll see you guys in the lesson. Okay, guys. So quick disclaimer: this song was actually recorded half a step up by the sounds of it. Not 100% sure why. Could have also had a capo across the first fret. I'd probably rather do that than tune my guitar half a step up. But for the sake of this tutorial, and because one of the main reasons I tackle these transcriptions is because I want you guys to see the ingredients that go into these songs, I'm actually going to teach it without the capo. And so we're going to do it in E minor, because essentially that's how you'd be playing the song. You know, if you tuned your guitar up, you'd be playing without a capo. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. We're going to get into it. If you do want to play along with the song, you could learn along with this tutorial and then simply chuck the capo on the first fret, okay, and play along with the song by just moving everything up a step, or you could just retune your guitar later up half a step if you're game to do it. Personally, I'm not. I don't particularly like tuning guitars any higher than E. I'd probably, yeah, go with the capo option. So anyway, that first riff, guys, this is simple guitar theory, this stuff. I've got a video, I think it's called, you know, play chord scales with standard shapes. There's another one playing minor chord scales. Both those videos are very useful here because that is a root 6 C major, okay? Here's a root 6 B major, here's a G major, and there's an E minor. And you can see very clearly that we're just using the tops of those shapes. So that's 9, 8, 8, and then we've got 8, 7, 7, 4, 3, 3, and then the 3 strings open. That's our intro. He plays it twice. He works the whammy really hard. And that is a really cool sound. I think that's very important to Psychobilly as well. So, guys, I've labeled the transcription, if you do have it, A through to F. I'm pretty sure it was up to F. I'll find out shortly. So, we're starting with A right now, okay? So that's bar 1, 2, 3, 4 that we just covered. Takes us right up to bar 8. That thing I just played all repeats, okay? So we just do that again. I just added that little slide then accidentally. Then the song kicks in with this. Okay, so what he's actually doing there, second finger on the second fret, third finger on the third fret of the B string and E string respectively, pick both notes, and we bend. Then we hit both those strings with the fingers off. Okay, we play the third fret on the second string, open second string, third fret on the third string, second string open, second fret on the third string, O on the third, 2, O, 2. Okay, so right, from there we come up to the 12th fret. We're barring the 12th on the third and second string. Hit them. Okay, there's a little slap there. That's the little X on the tab. That's just saying to block the string. And that creates that little percussive stop. If you don't do that, it won't sound quite the same, but it won't sound terrible. Okay, so we're going to keep moving along. That was bar 9 through 12. Now we repeat the similar phrase. So from bar... They're so not clear on this program. Bar 13. Yep, it is 13. I also probably need new glasses. Same lick as before. 2, O, 2, O, 2. Okay, very much the same things before. But we don't, before we hit the open second string, it's very much the same lick, okay? 3, 2, O2 on the fourth, O2. Okay, so again, that's almost like he's just used the same riff twice with slight variation. Can you pick what the variation was there? Go back and have a look if you couldn't. That's the beauty of a YouTube video. You get to go back and watch it as many times as you need to. The next little lick that he does there, okay, let me play that second riff. And then it goes in here. Okay, so that's 12 and 12 again on the third and second string, or G and B string. Then we go to the fourth strings, 14th fret, and then back to the 12 and the 12. So, but this time roll right across and get the first string barred as well. Okay, guys, this is just a blues scale. So last week I did some lessons, or I guess the time's probably not really that relevant because this video could be played at any time, but there is a video on my channel where I talk about the 5 pentatonic shapes. There will be a video at some point where I teach all 5 of the blues scale shapes as well, but they are pretty much based on the pentatonic shape with an extra note. I would recommend learning all your pentatonic shapes and then adding the blues note into them, okay, if you want to go away and study the blues scale. Yeah, the material will be available through my YouTube and Patreon to do that. Now, once we've got that, we now move up to, okay, what I'm going to call the A minor zone. So I should have mentioned the song starts off in an E, what we would think of as an E minor. Okay, and these licks are over an E minor chord. All right, all just sort of E minor. The next part is shifting up to an A minor. Okay, that's how I want you to think of it. Okay, so the lick is literally being moved from the E minor zone to the A minor zone, if that makes sense. So we're going. That is almost the same lick as, except we went from here to the second string. Now we're going from here to the first string. So I'll walk you through that lick. Yes, I will, but I just want to explain that this is what we call these are what we call motifs. So when we take a really strong idea and we move it around, it's called a motif. Okay, so we've moved that up to A minor. So we're doing the same lick there as we were doing here. Okay, so 7 and 8th fret. Okay, then we go to the 5th fret, 8th fret, 5th fret on the, this is on the second now. Then the 8th fret on the third, 5th fret on the first string, 7, 5, 7 on the 4th string, 5 on the 4th string, and 7 on the 4th string, okay? So and then once again, it's almost like what we're doing here. We're doing the same thing, but again, the A minor variant, except I guess if we consider that we played it up here for E minor, it's moved down now from that perspective, but it's still just the same thing out of that A minor chord. So you can see a lot of these ideas, you know, you can find a lot of these ideas in chords, okay? So then I want you to imagine, so we are now up to bar 19, bar 20, we're now up to bar 21, okay? And I want you to think of this as being a B chord, okay? B minor or B major, that's a little bit vague, I'll be honest with you. It really could go either way there, but the tonality of the single notes that he's playing here, very minor, very... Okay, so this section here, it's telling me I have low battery. So this bit here, we're playing it from the B chord. Again, this is, you know, like the kind of ideas we're using are based on this sort of pentatonic blues. When we come up to here, this is very much just out of the E minor scale, although we have what we would consider a raised note. So this is a little bit like a Dorian scale, people. But I'm not going to get into the technicality of that just now. Okay, let's just keep it simple. This is the idea he wanted to play over a B minor type feel. So here's his zone. Think of this as the B zone, A minor zone, B minor zone, and this is what he's playing. So he's going 7, 7, 7 on the second string, 7 on the first string, 9 on the first string, 10 on the first string, 9 on the first string, 7, 8th fret, and then we finish on the 7 there. And then he finishes with the opening riff. Okay, and then we get this really cool riff. Okay, so that's a classic kind of surf riff. And that basically goes all zeros for a bar, 3 and 4 and 1. And that's the beat 1, but we're playing the 3rd fret obviously. And 2 and 3 and 4 and so that's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 6, 5. Okay? If you have trouble with the speed of that, take your time with it and build up the speed. You know, just start off nice and slow. Okay? And if you are trying to build up the speed, the transcription will definitely help. And I don't mean to push the transcription and the Patreon and all that. It just really helps being able to see it clearly if you need that metronome. So this whole thing goes back to the start. Okay, we go back to almost the start. We go back to the. So it takes us back to bar 9. Okay, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. Then we're up to the A minor zone. And at that point there, you could actually hit the E minor and switch into the little surfy riff there. Or you can just go straight from into. Okay, so it's 1 bar of that, and then it skips to. Okay, so at bar 21, we're doing the zeros, and you're about to do this for a second time, but instead you'll go. Okay, and we start the next section that I've labeled as B. Okay, so some of these sections are tricky because the notes that we're playing are anticipated in the previous bar. So for example, what I'm trying to say is in bar 30, the B section starts, but he anticipates that in bar 29, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So after I play those 2 notes, we fall into the B section. Okay. So sometimes that can be a little bit tricky when you're charting. So what we're actually doing there in that bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Right. I like to do things like that as upstrokes because they're off the beat. And then let that ring for the next bar, okay? 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the riff now that he plays through the B section. So it'll sound, you'll hear. So he repeats it, I guess that was 4 times. And then we go back into the A minor zone. I like calling it the A minor zone. And we start on the off beat of the first beat. So we go 1. Okay, that's a long lick, guys. I'll walk you through it. So what happens here, we've come off the... Okay, so once we hit the A minor zone, we're going 5th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, I'd actually prefer to pick that up 1 and 5th on the 1st, 7th on the 1st, 8th on the 1st, 7th on the 1st, 5th fret on the 1st, We go straight to the 6th fret with the 2nd on the 2nd string, onto the 1st fret there, 5th fret there. We bend the 7th fret on the 3rd string. Okay. Actually, it's a very light bend. So I've got their quarter, so. Then, kind of mash the frets there on the 5 and 5. We're doing a double stop on the 5 and 5. Then, we play the 7 on the 4. We play the 5th fret on the 3rd. A little bit of a bend. Grab the 7 and bend hard. Put your pinky on the 8th. Bend again on the 7. Not all the way there, sort of somewhere between half and quarter. Hold it there. Put your first finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Pinky on the 8th. 3rd on the 7. 1st on the 5th. 3rd on the 7 on the 4th string. Okay. Back to the 7 on the 3rd. So I roll across. So, okay, at that point. Then we're to the 5, 7, and then bend on the 5. Very long lick, I know. Roll. Then straight into this again. And from here, okay, so it's just the 2 and the 3. So I'm continuing on now to bar 42, okay, and we've come into it with these. Hit bar 42 now, open on 1st string, 3rd on 2nd, open on 2nd, 3rd on 3rd, okay, 3rd fret on 3rd string, then, okay, so that little bit there, I'll play the whole run. Okay, and then bar 43, 0, 3, 0, 2. So that was on the 2nd string and then 3rd. So 2nd string open, 3rd string 3rd fret, open 2, open 2nd, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, open 3rd string, and then we have. So yeah, that's another long lick. So we've come off. Okay, this is kind of like the guitar solo of the song. So if you feel like you're spending a lot of time on this, it's well worth it because yeah, there's a lot of detail here to get through. So that takes us up to. Just realized I'm going to make this page bigger so I can read it easier. Yeah, that's a lot better. Huh. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that takes us up to bar 46. So you've got this. So yeah, that's a rake. Now, this little bit here, you've already kind of played a lick very similar, but this time, it's... Okay, so we're playing 7, 7, 7. Go to the 9, 10, 9, kill it. 7, kill it. 2nd finger on the 8. And then 7 there on the 2nd string, okay, so... No, hang on. Yeah, okay, sorry, I was just getting... Sometimes when you slow this stuff down, the rhythm can start to sound a little funny in your head. So we actually take that same riff and we almost repeat it from the A minor zone. We're in the B minor zone, now we're back in the A minor zone. Okay, it starts the same and completely changes, I guess. So 5, 5, 7, 8, 7, 5, 6, 5, 8, 7, 5, little bend on the 7, 5, kill it, 5. Okay, and that's the lick there from the A minor. I'll play that lick in full from the A minor. Okay, so Sorry, I'm just repeating that lick over and over again. You know, sometimes it's like when you try to spell a word and you need to write it down. So from the B minor, then from the A minor. My finger slipped there, I'm going to do that again. Okay, and then he does this kind of wacky little bend. And I think he might use his first finger to do it because it sounds kind of, it just sounds like it's hard work to do the bend, and it kind of gives it its flavor. So that's the whole, what I would consider the B section. And that was probably one of the most complicated parts. So I'm going to really try and cruise through the next few bits. We've got the C section. So we're kind of back to that feel again, that same lick as in the A section. So section C, we're going. And just a variation on the very first theme here, okay? So when I did those 12s, I did this 12 and that 12, then I actually kind of rocked into that one on the first string. Just like that, okay? So I'll play that line again. And then we got very similar, okay, next line, bar 58. Okay, so that lick there, let's have a look at that. Again, same as the original theme. So we play the open, this lick goes open, first string, bend the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, just a quarter bend or somewhere in between, okay? Open 1st string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 2nd string open, 2nd fret 3rd string, and then open. Okay, that's that lick there. Again, you'll probably listen to the original licks on the version, but look, even working through some of these licks, if you've never heard the song, it's not going to be useless. It's going to, you're going to get plenty out of it. So we're back to the A minor zone. Okay, so we've got, again, the same in bar 62. Okay, we've got the same. It's the same idea as before. Sorry, it gets a little muddled sometimes. Okay, that's right. I put a little X here now. So this is the lick that comes after this. You hear a little dead string? He may have missed a note. Yeah, that's right. So he's probably gone for that 7 and missed it slightly. So you get this. Okay, it's almost a harmonic, but it's not. So that, then after that little knock, okay, you mute it and then you bend from the 7 and you're playing this 5 here. And this is repetitive here, so it's 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8. And slide off, okay? Okay, cool lick, really cool lick. I hope, guys, I'm not going backwards and forwards over these ideas too much. I just want to make sure I'm getting them across clearly, okay? But, you know, give me some feedback, comment, let me know. Yeah, let me know where it's at. Let me know if you're getting something out of it. Of course, like, share it, do all those things. And again, the transcription, very valuable to have. And you can get a hold of that from $2 a month. You know, I'm doing one of these, roughly one of these a month. I'm doing a couple of theory lessons. I'm doing giveaways for members. Yeah, there's heaps of stuff going on, and it's really great. It's great fun. So the E minor, we're back to the E minor type thing now. So we're back to this. Okay. That's, again, very much just that same initial idea, that motif that we keep coming back to. And this time the lick is just hitting the open and the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. Okay, and then he hits the... Okay, so now we're up to this part, which is... And then we're here again. Okay, so this little bit here, that's on the 7th to 7, on the 2nd to 1st string. 9, 10, 9, 7, 8, 7. And then that riff again. Okay, then he hits the 6th string. And then he slides off the... You could slide off the 12th fret. I've actually written 13 there, but it may... Sometimes when you're transcribing and it's tuned up, you make those little mistakes in the tab. So I'm not sure where he does that slide off, but it doesn't really matter. It sounds cool either way. Okay, guys, so at section D, we have this riff. It's, again, kind of like a low-down surfy kind of riff, like... And then the guitar layers kind of pile up at this point. The next guitar layer goes... Okay, and then the next guitar layer goes... like that. All right. Now, I've sort of put them in the transcription one after the other, but you could pick any one of them at any point and play them, or you could stick with the original one. And then you can imagine it's sort of something like... And then you've got those two happening while another one's doing... Okay, so that's exactly what's going on there with those three parts. And those parts, if I was to isolate them, was open, 1st fret on the 5th string, open 5th string, 3rd fret on the 6th string, open 6th string. Then the next one is 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret, open. Okay. Okay, quite dissonant, really cool. And then there's this one up here as well. And it's just cool to see how, you know, if you're creative, you can kind of do whatever you like if you can make it sound cool. And if you listen to those parts in that song at that point, it sounds pretty cool. Then so that takes us through that part. Section A, once again, a return to that initial theme. Only this time it's an octave up, so it's more like... Alright, so just to quickly explain that, open, open, right up here, 12 and 12. Okay, so that's our kind of E minor setup up here. So the actual lick here to perform the E section, we've got 14 and 15. We're bending both of those. Okay, so we do the 14 and 15 and go to the 12. Then play the 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14. Part of that. So what happens there in that second line that I haven't actually talked you through yet? Same little lick as before. Put your pinky on the 15. Play the 12th fret on the 2nd string 12th fret. 14 on the 3rd. Okay, we're 12 on the 3rd, 14 on the 4, 12 on the 4, and 14 on the 4. Double stop on 12th fret on the 3rd and 2nd string. Then pick just the 12 upwards if you can on the 2nd string. 3rd finger on the 14th of the 3rd string. 1st finger on the 12th. 3rd finger back on the 14. 1st on the 12. 3rd on the 14 of the 4th string. Back to the 12. Okay, so... That's it. I didn't play it very well the first 2 times I played it. Again, you slow it right down, you sort of lose idea of that little moment in the song, and it can become a bit of a headache. We're up to bar 102 now. It's a long one, this one, isn't it? So at this point, we're back to an A minor idea. Actually, what happens at that last lick there? Yeah, sorry. I'm going to play that for you again. So, bar 102. That's what I wanted to do. So what's happening there? You've already seen this lick, this same lick. I should have actually mentioned that before when I moved it up. It's just that same thing we did with the A minor. Okay, so we've got the 7th and the 8th fret bending. 5, 8, 5, 8 on the 3rd string, 5 on the 1st string, 7 on the 3rd, 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. We're on the 7th of the 4th, 5th of the 4th, back to the 7th of the 4th. Then we play the 5th fret on the 2nd string, bend the 7, play there, play there. Okay, so that's repetitive. So that bar, I'll do the whole lick. Okay, and then we hold our 1st finger across these 2 strings, pick the 8th fret and whilst holding that, and stay barred because you're going to lift that up. Lift up, get your 2 5s, put your 3rd finger on the 7th, lift up, get your 2 5s, okay? That's a really cool sound for Psychobilly, that style of lick. Then, once again, in bar 106, we return back to the A minor. So you've already learnt that lick. It's a recurring lick from right back at A. That's where we finish the lick that you already know. We straight away hit the 1st string, like that. So that's, again, we're finishing the lick, you know, on that too. Then we hit the open 1st string, 3rd fret 2nd string, open 1st string again, 3rd fret 3rd string, open 3rd string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, open 3rd string, 2nd fret on the 4th string, and open on the 3rd string. Pay attention always to what I'm doing with my right hand, just, you know, assuming you can see it properly, which you can. Try to, you know, emulate the down up picking because that makes a difference. And Paul Fennick can play. You know, he can really play, and I guarantee he's not mashing away with all downstrokes on these licks. I think he's got some decent picking technique going there. Then we're back at B minor idea. Okay, you've already learnt that idea. C, B, E. Okay, now we're really getting to the end. That long bit there, just the open string. We're at section F now. So, sorry, let me play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Again, ideas that you already kind of know. So, for part F, which is bar 118, I do apologize. I should have put the times. It would have been a lot more useful to those of you who don't have the transcription. But if you have the song and you're working through it and referencing the song, I guess it shouldn't really be a problem. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and. Okay, that's pretty easy. Sorry, it was back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. And then you got to get up here real quick, 14 and 15. And then instead of doing the opens we did, we're doing the 12 and 12, which are the same notes, but up a long way. So 12 on the 2nd, 12 on the 1st. Okay. And then that repeats. But this time we do the opens. Then, so let me play that. Kind of confusing because you're jumping between the opens and the 12s. But yeah, if you need to watch that again, we're going to bar 123. Well, halfway through bar 123 where the next lick is, which is. Okay, so we're bending at 14, hitting 12 and 12, bending 14, 12 and 12, again. So, then hold that. Okay, then the next lick goes. So, after we did that bend, we start on the 12, on the 4th beat, 1, 2, 3, actually on the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, okay, and 1, and we're doing this lick again, which you've seen in different positions. 14, 15, 14, 12, 13, 12. Then we do the same lick, but from the open position. So open second, open first, second fret, third fret, second fret, open fret, 1, or first fret on the second string, open, then straight into. So again, you've already seen that. There's that one little extra hit at the end there. I kid you not, this is a lot of detail. One extra hit, then we're back to this. And this time we started on the low one and we got to the high one. There's a little tricky lick here. So that next lick after that part goes. Okay, so let's walk through that lick. At bar 138. Coming into bar 138, we set it up with, and then in bar 138, okay, so that's the full lick that runs from basically 138, anticipated at the end of 137, from 138 right up to the end of 141. Okay, so that lick, I'll walk you through all the notes. We've got the 14 and the 15, 12 on the second, 14 on the third, bend, 12 on the second, 14 on the third, 12 on the second, okay, 14 on the third, 12, 14 on the 4, 12, bend the 14 on the third, 12 on the second, 15 on the second, 12 on the second, 15 on the third, 14 on the third, 12 on the third, 14 on the 4, 12 on the third, 14, roll to the 14 on the third, 12 on the third, 14 on the 4, double stop on the third and second string on the 12s, then again, and then you play all three strings, so 12, 12, 12. Okay, from here, we're going. Alright, so he kind of sets, it's that same riff as before, but just with a little bit of this. 1, 2, and 3. What is he doing there? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah, sorry, it's slightly different rhythm to what I was thinking also. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2, and yeah, ba ba ba. Yeah, then we're back. That's the rest of the song. So I'll explain very quickly what happens there, because it's not particularly complicated after we finish that particularly challenging lick that I was just faffing around a moment ago. Once we get up to that... okay, so you got the 14 and 15, and then 12 and 12. Then we're back to this, which you're already familiar with. Does it again. Then we do this double stop. 0, 0, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 2 and 2, open, first fret, open. Okay, so I played the first fret on the second string and the first string open, okay, and then I played them both open, first and second string, and that just keeps repeating. say it keeps repeating, it does it twice, and then it finishes back up here at the 12th fret. Okay, and that's the very end of the song. So one thing that's cool there is the way he's built that theme and then finished with. But then still, it has a very jammed out feel. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm going to hop across the other camera that's it, guys. I'm going to hop across the other view and summarize real quick. So guys, if I was to take anything away from that tune, it's basically the blues scale, move that blues scale around into different pentatonic, different places based on where you're playing a chord. If I'm playing A minor, I can work off that scale from there. If I'm playing B or B minor, I can work off that scale from there. And you might even make some small variations, but that's essentially what he's doing throughout that entire tune. You might be thinking, Adrian, you could have just told us this all at the start, but that kind of wouldn't have been as fun, would it? If you have worked through the whole song, I hope you've got heaps of little tidbits and ideas from the different licks and how the things move around. You know, another classic player that uses a lot of similar devices would be Nick 13 from Tiger Army, which, funnily enough, probably wouldn't fit into the pure psychobilly thing, the idiom that's been put out there by the Meteors. But personally, I think that's a whole shtick. I don't buy into that stuff. I think it's all just a bit of fun. So anyway, guys, I hope you've really enjoyed that lesson. Of course, check out the Patreon. I try to do one of these a month on psychobilly alone, and of course, there's rockabilly, there's solo finger picking, Jedak and stuff, theory lessons, all kinds of things. Yeah, it's certainly going along quite nicely, and I'd love to have you on board. But if you are just a subscriber or a YouTube user, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you next time.